Hello again, Steve here. This is the day after Wednesday, which is Thursday, and I'll back out in the garage again. I haven't gave you an update lately on that solar panels from Harbor Freight. Well, they've been doing me pretty well. That was what, last year, around I'd say June or July, I think I bought them. I'll give you a little update on them. So far, I haven't had to replace any batteries, and they've been maintaining their charge of anywhere from 12.8 to 13.4. And I'll give you a little rundown on it here. But like I say, I haven't gave anybody any updates on it lately. So here we go. See, now it's up to 13.3, and I'll tell you, it does charge even when you got like an overcast day. It does put a charge in them batteries, and they maintain, and I use them for that up there. And I use them for my alarm system, a backup for the alarm system on the garage. And so far, that's all I've been using it for. I could use it for with the power supply, the 110, but that would just eat up them small batteries. Because I'm just using those rechargeable batteries that I have for my wife's scooter, the ones that start getting weak, and then I just put them in there. So yeah, that's where I'm at today. And today I'm going to be working on this hood. And I had what's the word I'm looking for? I had a comment in the section asking how did I do the paint, what kind of paint did I use. Well, what I use is I just use a Rust-Oleum paint, and there's ways you could spray it. You could roll it, you could brush it. I don't spray here in the garage in the winter. I use a Rust-Oleum, and I get the best roller I can get. And it depends on the job itself, but I get one of them little 4-inch rollers at Home Depot or anywhere you go, and I get the best roller you can. You're going to pay a little bit for them, but you get what you pay for. And yes, you do get some orange peeling, but what I'm going to do is hold on. Sorry about that. I was talking about the orange peel. What I'm going to wait for this paint to cure. And then what I'll do with that is I'll take a 400 grit sandpaper, and then I'll bring it down, maybe 1600, wet sand it, and then I'll rub it out. And if rubbing out doesn't help, which I think it should, but that's more or less how I did the gas tank on this, was it Rust-Oleum, and then it rubs it out, and it'll shine like that. And if I don't like that shine, then what I'll do is I'll just go and take some clear, but it has to be an enamel clear, being that this is enamel, and just clear it, and then rub the clear out. But that's what I'll do with that. See, what was I going to say? I also just get these those cheap brushes right there. I buy them by the box from Harbor Freight. Yeah, you might get a what do you call it, bristle or two in your paint, but you can get them out just as fast for all the touch-up, for all the hard places to get at. Let's see, what else? Okay, well, with that, I guess I'll just get going on that. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to sand all this down. I'm going to sand it down best I can. And I'm still debating if I want to get rid of those Gravely stickers or just tape over them, which I'm thinking about just taping over them. And then if I don't like that, I can always change that later. But that's what I plan on doing there. So I'll take you along with me once I clean off this workbench and give me room to work with that. And I am going to paint that one white also. So that's what I'm up to. See you in a minute. Second. I had failed to mention there is 3 coats of paint on both the tractor and the covers and the tank. One coat is not going to make it. You got to put thin coats on for them to dry faster. So far I've just been sanding on that, but something come to mind when I said earlier that I don't spray paint in the garage in the wintertime. But I do, but I use it under a safe conditions. I've got a spray booth there. I think you guys are familiar with that, where it exits out the back of the garage. Okay, so that's the only time I do spray in here, so let me clarify that. And I'm still sanding on that. I did tape off the emblems, the decals on there. Like I said, I'm going to try it and see how they turn out when I'm done with them. If I don't like them, I can always take them off and respray again. Alright, I got the first coat of paint on that hood. And as you can see, I'm kind of cheating, even though the temperature in the garage is a little bit above 60. But I'm cheating a little bit with that a heat gun. So where just get tacky, and then what I'll do is I'll put another coat over that. And do the same thing again with 3 coats, or maybe just let it sit after the second coat until tomorrow, and then I'll put the 3rd coat on, and then I'll let that sit for a day, and then I'll put it on the tractor. While I'm working on this hood, I guess it's time I get started with this push blade. And while that's drying up there, I can start grinding and wire brushing and sanding this. I'm thinking about going gray with the back half and red with the front half. So without too much more talking, let's get going. Well, I guess I'm done for the day because I can't grind or sand without moving that hood anywhere. So I'm gonna let that dry, and then I'll get going on the push blade. I was just checking it out, and if I just start, I'll have that red dust and dirt everywhere. So folks, with that, I just want to say thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, or maybe next week. I can't tell for sure. Have a good one. Bye-bye.